It's an episodic entry in the sandbox assassin game from IO Interactive. For a written rundown, head to pcgamer.com. The two new tutorial levels that come with the first episode walk me through the value of eavesdropping, silent takedowns, stealing the clothes off of unconscious people, and planning ahead. It's familiar territory for Hitman, but the levels are a fun playground on which to get reacquainted. During my time, I also had a chance to check out the new opportunity system. While exploring a given level, you might stumble upon a conversation, at which point the UI says an opportunity is available. They essentially serve as walkthroughs for a few creative ways to take out the target in each scenario, providing step-by-step hints and instructions. While I dig the idea as an introduction to the possibilities available, I think they totally undermine the experimental fun and gratification of discovery that the systems provide. They're for new players that just want to see stuff go right, but it feels like a bad concession, one that essentially renders the systems and design meaningless. I don't like them. The meat of the first installment begins in Paris, where you're tasked with infiltrating a classy fashion show and sneaking away with the lives of two important attendees. And suddenly it's classic Hitman again. Without another word, I was on my own. I wandered around back, knocked out a few event staff, and stole their clothes. After a fashion sacrifice, I wandered inside, knocked out a waiter, and stole his clothes too. One of the targets parted the crowd of the couple dozen NPCs or so and wandered over to the bar for a drink. I found some poison, busied myself at the bar, but I couldn't figure out how to serve him a deadly cocktail. So begins the trial and error. In another attempt, I found a crew guy, knocked him out, stole his outfit, and found the fireworks controller. I could kick off the show outside anytime I wanted, but when? I had no idea how people would react until I did it, and I wasn't set up to build off of the outcome. I saw where my targets went, but they got away because I wasn't in a proper position to react. If the fun isn't tinkering until you know the level, then cool. It's like setting up dominoes and watching them fall. I know it's going to happen. But rare are the moments when I feel like a mad scientist or a professional super hitman, in which I feel confident in making a plan on the fly. Then again, quick save functionality was not implemented yet, and I had to repeat the entire scenario several times before I could grasp even a handful of the potential assassination methods possible. And there seemed to be quite a lot. With some patience, the massive sandbox of the new Hitman scenarios are aimed to please those with a taste for experimentation. Those that like assassin improv are likely to come out frustrated. A few mechanics feel a bit stilted and clunky. Movement is a bit awkward, especially in and out of cover. A few shootouts went to hell because I couldn't figure out how to move. And with plenty of games that have similar systems in the bag, it really stood out to me. Reservations aside, I'm excited to see where this episodic take on Hitman ends up. The new release format could lead to some interesting iteration, even if it's not as tidy as I'd like. But with enough feedback and prolonged development, Beneath the Brambles is an exciting sandbox that I'm curious to dig around in. Thanks for watching.